Dr. Jola Grace Emmanuel is a certified transformational life coach, emotional wellness, emotional wellness, emotional wellness trainer, and public speaker, widely known as the Soul Doctor. She's the CEO of Jola Grace Coaching and Consulting, lead trainer at Jola Grace Academy, and founder of the Reinvent to Success Foundation, supporting survivors of domestic abuse and emotional trauma across Africa. At Jola Grace Academy, she equips professionals and aspiring leaders with emotional intelligence, leadership, and personal development tools to thrive in their careers and lives. She also partners with organizations to cultivate emotional intelligence, high-performing teams through executive coaching, workshops, tailored performance improvement plans, that's PIP. Jola Grace holds a doctorate in transformational leadership, POSA, from Miles Leadership University, along with degrees in accounting and financial decision analysis from the University of Portsmouth, UK, blending strategic insights, financial acumen, and emotional intelligence in her programs. With over 20 years of experience as a coach, speaker, and trainer, she is a certified practitioner in CBT, NLP, EFT, metrics reimprinting, an associate member of the EMCC, and author of 5 publications. Ladies, are you here? Do you understand the capacity that is coming to give you knowledge? Hey, her work empowers individuals and organizations to heal, grow, and lead courageously, making her a leading voice in emotional intelligence and transformational leadership. Ladies, with a standing ovation and a heavy round of applause, make welcome with me Dr. Jola Grace Emmanuel.
Just put those hands together for yourself. Put those hands together for yourself. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Help me turn to a lady beside you and appreciate something about them. Just appreciate something, their earring, their necklace, their hair, their shoes. Make sure you're authentic. Make sure you're authentic. If your neighbor is not appreciating anything about you, you're free to change your seat. I can see we have a lot of seats. You are free. If your neighbor is just looking at you like, what's going on? Just find another neighbor and appreciate something about your neighbor. Amazing. 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 Thank you so much for doing that for your neighbor. Awesome, 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 awesome. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a great opportunity and a privilege to be here on the invitation of His and Her Majesties, and I celebrate and honor them both for this amazing work that they are doing here. Every opportunity to be able to stand and just speak to, especially the female gender, it's something that excites me a lot, because there is a lot of capacity inside of us as the female gender. But the problem is sometimes we don't know, right? We don't know the capacity that we carry as the female gender. And the more we have opportunities like this to gather and just speak to ourselves, you have to grab those opportunities, right? The mind, your mind, I say to people that your mind is your greatest asset. Your mind. And I'm happy that, I know there are about 4 different segments to this academy. The first one is establish her. You have to be established first before you start upscaling and unleashing and sustaining her. So see this as the foundation for everything else that you want to do. The foundation. And you know that no matter how beautiful, look at this beautiful hall that we are in, no matter how amazing or tall a house is, if that house doesn't have a foundation, what's going to happen to the house? It's going to crash. And you don't want to crash. Do you? So, the Bible says, guard your heart, guard your mind with some, with a few, with what? What does all mean? What does everything mean? What does totality mean? What does completely mean? After total and all and complete, is there anything left? With everything, your mind. Why? Because out of it comes the issues of life. Issues of life. And I'm sure that every one of us here, we are dealing with the issues of life. And he's saying that the solution to the issues of life is what? It's in your mind. It's in your mind. So once again, I'm so happy and excited to be here this morning. I celebrate all of this, the staff of the Royal Iwere Foundation and everyone that's been looking after me since I arrived here. It's just been fantastic and phenomenal. Thank you for all you do. I am super grateful. So I've been given the topic of, just trying to open my iPad. Right, amazing. So we're going to be looking at establishing her purpose. Purpose. They've put, when you put a little girl in a room filled with candies, you know how excited that little girl is. So that's what they've done. They've asked me to talk about purpose. One of the most interesting and amazing things that I love to talk about. Because it is the essence of our lives. And so over the next 2 days, we have a 5-point agenda. We're going to be uncovering, helping ourselves to uncover and align with our purpose. We're going to be identifying and navigating our internal and external barriers. We're going to be learning tools for purpose mapping and value alignment. We're going to be building clarity, resilience, and accountable leadership. And we're also going to be helping ourselves to create actionable strategies for purposeful impact. And I can see that a lot of us have notepads and pens, so because we're going to be doing a lot of writing. Who doesn't like writing here? One person doesn't like writing. We release the spirit of writing into you in Jesus' name, because we will write. So, Hebrews 10:7. Hebrews 10:7. Then said I, here I am. It is written about me in the scroll. I have come to do your will, my God. I have come to do your will, my God. That's talking about purpose. And that's Jesus Christ saying he has come to do the will of God. Jeremiah 1:5 is another very interesting scripture that talks about purpose. And it says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you. So help me tell your neighbor, you have been appointed. They didn't believe you. Tell another neighbor. You have been appointed. You say, oh, I don't know, there's nothing I'm doing, I don't even know. No, you have an appointment. You've been appointed. You were appointed before you were born. Before you came here, you were already appointed. Every product, right, existed before they started selling it. Believe that? Every product. So, please help me bring my Samsung phone. Every product existed before you bought it. Oh, a new iPhone. Where are we now with iPhones? 25. It's just 17, really? Oh, I haven't thought that we were at 25 already. So, iPhone 17. Oh, it's a new iPhone 17. I just got it. No, it's not new. They've already, so I'm sure as we are speaking, 18 is already out. Some people are already testing it. By the time they sell you that product and they put what they call the manual inside it, and they are telling you what that product can do, what effrontery do they have to tell you what they can do? So, you know, how many of you you love to cook, right? And you have, I won't mention the name of the blender, but you know that blender that, don't do that. Sometimes I get very upset when I'm watching people using that blender because I'm like, why are you putting eba inside blender? What's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? You know, I'm like, people, go and sleep. But you see, when they're selling that blender to you, they put a manual inside it. And they tell you, it can do this, it can do that, it can do this, it can do that. How do they know that it can do that? They've tested it. Before they sold it to you, before they said, now we are launching this product. It's a beautiful blender. It can do this. It can. They've been testing it for years, for months, if not years. And then they have that assurance to tell you what it can do. When the Bible is saying that before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. That means it tested you. You already existed before you were conceived. You were already appointed before you were conceived. Another translation says, I ordained you. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I ordained you. So you see, in the Christian organization, we have pastors, bishops, deacons, and everything. If somebody has been a deacon, and they say to the person, we're going to be ordaining you as a pastor next month, right? What really changes beyond the title change? What else changes? The responsibility, right? So it means that as a deacon, maybe you would come for meetings twice a month. But now as a pastor, we'll need you to come for meetings 4 times a month. For all nights. So your JD has changed. So it's really not about the title. It's about the responsibility. It's about your duties. So when it says that I ordained you, that means you already have a JD before you are conceived. So when people say, I'm finding purpose, I'm looking for purpose, purpose is not lost. It's not lost. It was already established before you were conceived. And guess what? You are a winner. You won. Do you know how many sperms and eggs and everything were, and then you came out of billions? Why? To fulfill that which he ordained before you were even conceived. Somebody say to yourself, I'm appointed. I have an appointment letter. Do you have your appointment letter? You do? Okay, that's good. Because I might just tell you to read it to us. You will read it to us by the end of tomorrow. You will read your appointment letter to us. Because this is going to be very interactive. Now, let's look at one more scripture before we go. Isaiah 46, 9-11 says, remember the former things. Those of long ago, I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is none like me. I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient times what is still to come. I say, my purpose will what? My purpose, who is there? I need that thing moving, please, so everybody can see. My purpose will stand, and I will do all that I please. From the east, I will summon the bird of prey. From a far-off land, a man to fulfill my purpose. What I have said, that I will bring about. What I have planned, that I will do. Do you know that you are a product? I don't know if you believe that you're a product. You accept that you're a product. Who is your manufacturer? Okay, so when you buy a product and it happens to people like us who just don't like reading manuals. Anybody in my WhatsApp group? Yeah, so you're like, what is it? Let me just use my common sense. And then what happens at the end of the day? You now cover your eyes and go and bring the manual and like, okay, well, actually, what did he actually say I should do? After I've wasted time, I've become frustrated, thinking I'm so smart, I don't need the manual. So if you believe that you are a product, right? You know that you have a manual, and you have to what? Understand your manual. Now, every product has value. Yeah? Before we can call something a product, what does it mean? It has value. And if something has value, it means that people will be willing to what? To pay for it. However, the fact that something has value doesn't mean that it will always reach its optimum productivity. It doesn't always mean that. So, to every product, there are like about 3 anomalies that can happen to every product. Right? The most common one is, so number 1, underutilization. Under what? Utilization. So how many of you, I went somewhere some other day and there was this guy that took my phone. I was like, you can do this with your phone. You can do that. And I'm like, hey, what are you talking about? This same phone? The other day, I asked my son, we need to measure something. He said, okay, Mom, bring your phone. He collected my phone and I was doing like this. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm measuring. Measuring on a phone? How? I said, yes, ma'am. So you see, you paid so much money for your phone, but you are probably using about 15% of the capacity of that phone because you think it's just to send WhatsApp messages and do picture, selfie, and Instagram. You don't know the power, the creativity, the things you can do with your phone. Oh my goodness. And a lot of us are like that. And we're talking about you being the product. Do you know that the average human being is only using about 10% of their brain power? Just 10%, imagine. By the time anyone that is using about 11, 12, 13, they are calling them genius. That guy is a genius. So the problem is not capacity. You have capacity. But a lot of people are underutilizing the capacity that your manufacturer puts inside of you. And over these 2 days, what we want to do is to kickstart you. Right? Some of you will get angry, it's fine. I'm happy for you to be upset. And like, no, I'm not taking again, Is that okay to use some Yoruba English as we talk? I'm not taking again. Interpret into English. Into Yoruba rather. No, it's not me, Oshimona. I'm not taking again. I'm not agreeing again. Right? I'm going to start optimizing and utilizing. You know, I met this 10-year-old girl the other day, and I was preparing for a shoot, and I was just like, "Oh, auntie, can I do some TikTok videos?" I'm like, "Do it." I said, "Okay." And she was pressing, "Okay, so do like this, so do like that." I'm like, "On this phone?" I said, I said, come and sit down, come and teach me. Underutilization. Even tell that sister, if I hold her hand and say, do it. You can do it. Those things that you wake up in the middle of the night and it comes to your heart, and you're like, how nice will it be? The fact that it came inside your head means that you can do it. You are watching somebody doing something, you are like, I wish you can do it. Anytime you say, I wish I can do something, it means that you can actually do it. Stop underutilizing the capacities that has been put inside of you. Number 2 thing that can happen to a product is overutilization. You can overutilize. So look at that extension box there. If we load power on it, we plug an AC into it, what else can we plug into it? Iron into it, fridge into it, your washing machine into it, microwave into it. He has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, so 8. We plug 8. What's going to happen? Is it a good extension cable? Does it work well? Did the manufacturer put in everything? They test it well? So why is it blowing? Overload. So I can use this example. I'm in Nigeria. Imagine you have what's the kVA? Is that a 10 kVA generator? What's the smallest power generator? 1. Sorry? 5K. Okay, let's just assume that there's a 5 kV generator, and it will probably just take your TV and household lights and all of that. Standing fan. And then you're like, no, I have 4 ACs. I want to plug all my ACs. I want to put this one. What's going to happen to that generator? It will just blow up. Not because it doesn't have capacity, not because it's not a good product, not because the manufacturer did not make it well, but because it's been overutilized. See, being busy is not the same thing as being productive. Oftentimes I call people and I'm like, I'm so busy, how are you? I'm so busy, so busy. Okay. Busy doing what? It's just that, what? You can't even say what you're busy doing. And you are exhausted. You are always tired. You are always burnt out. You are a product. And you want to hear this. And I'm a person of faith, so I'm not being negative. But you want to hear this truth? You are a limited resource. You're limited. No, Dr. J, no, I'm limitless. Do you have 48 hours? But some of you are people of faith, right? How many people there are? You are even a pastor and everything. And you can go to the mountain for 21 days and say, God, I need 37 hours. I'm your special child. You know, some people that think that they are the only child of God and God does not listen to anybody else. God's favorite daughter. God, your favorite daughter is here. Would you be kind enough to give me 37 hours? You know, I have a lot to do. And I will not leave this mountain until I have 37 hours. Please, what's going to happen to that sister? I will not eat until I have 37 hours. Souls are perishing. Oh God, I need 37 hours. We will soon be preparing to sing. Mama Lole. Because you only have 24 hours. And nothing gonna change that. Help me tell your sister. They might not know, they might think that, me, God's favorite daughter. So you see, when you become overutilized, you burn out. You get exhausted. You become non-productive. You are still doing. They see you coming in, going out, but you are not productive. We are still talking about product and purpose. You are a product. The number 3 thing that can happen to a product is misuse. Misuse. In fact, of blessed memory, Miles Monroe said something really profound. When purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. When you don't know the purpose of something, you will abuse it. Right? So, you take a phone and you think that this phone, it looks, let me see, it looks nice. Maybe I can just use it as my cleaning my floor. You know, it's at least it has a mirror. You can see the dirt in the floor. You know, I start using it to clean my floor. If you see me doing that, what will you think is going on? Or I carry my shoe, the shoe for my feet, and I put it on my head. Or I decide to use my trousers. I finished coming out of the bathroom and I use this beautiful trouser. Let me use it to dry my body. I'm abusing those products because I don't understand the purpose. And the truth is, some of us have been abusing ourselves. Nobody's abusing you. You are the one abusing yourself. Because you have not connected to purpose. So what is purpose? What is purpose? Any takers? What is purpose? Anybody? Yeah, someone there. What is purpose?
Hello everyone, my name is Ehef. Okay, purpose is your God-given assignment, what you've been ordained to do.
Your God-given assignment, what you've been ordained to do. Yes, you can clap for her. Thank you. Who else? There was somebody there. Okay, and there's someone there. What is purpose?
Purpose is the reason for your existence.
Is that Stephanie?
Yes, that's
Oh,
me.
good to
Good
see
morning,
you.
ma'am.
Good morning.
Okay, purpose is the reason for your existence. It's something that you find fulfillment doing. You can't live, you can't do anything without achieving your purpose.
Your reason for existence. You can't do anything else. There's another hand here and there.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Grace.
Grace.
All right, so purpose is the reason for which a thing was created or made.
For which?
A thing was created or made.
Or made. Interesting. Hands at the back. Okay. The purpose for which a thing was created or made.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Neha. For me, purpose is determination to life. Your determination to life.
Determination to life. That's interesting. Thank you. Determination to life. Purpose. A reason why something existed. Amazing. Thank you. So we'll take two more.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Caroline.
Hi, Caroline.
Purpose is that unique being of you, the unique being of you, the unique of you, the unique inside of you that the world must know.
Unique. What makes you unique? Purpose is what makes you unique, that your world must know. I love it. I love it. Amazing. Amazing.
Hi everyone, my name is Emanuela. In simple term, my purpose is my why. Why was I created? Why am I
She
here?
spied my notes. She did.
Okay, thank you.
A round of applause for yourselves. Purpose. Is there anybody else that's still raising up their hand? Okay. Let's take two more from there.
Hi, everyone. My name is Glory. I think purpose is the basis of humanity.
Is the what?
Basis of humanity. That's my explanation of purpose. Thank you.
The basis of humanity.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bliss. Hi. I would say purpose is the value a thing offers. The service a thing was meant to satisfy. Yes.
The value a thing offers. So purpose is value. I love it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Esther. Purpose is living out your design.
Yeah, deep. It's deep. Living out your design. Come on. That's good. Okay. I don't want anybody looking at me with puppy dog eyes, okay? Just go on and tell us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mercy. Purpose to me is living purposefully, doing whatever your hands find to do well.
Doing whatever your hand finds to do well. So you see, all of you are correct, right? But in one word, purpose is your why. Why? I wonder if you have 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old. When you tell them to do something, what's that thing that they ask you? They're enjoying. Back in our days, your mom tells you to do something, you're saying, why? But they want to understand the purpose. You're asking me not to jump up. Why? I need to understand. Your why. Your why. And you see, purpose can be divided into 3 main categories. We have what they call general purpose. So, as human beings, Genesis chapter 1, God said, let us create man in our own image, in our likeness, that they should what? Have dominion. And then they should be what? Fruitful and subdue the earth. So nothing is supposed to dominate you. You are the one that's supposed to dominate things. However, you are not supposed to dominate another human being. He did not say you should dominate another human being. Don't you know I own you? What was that? Come here. After all I've done for you. Dear moms, you don't own your children. Newsflash. I carried you in my womb for 9 months. Eh? What? So, somebody carried you too. I paid your school fees. So, somebody did the same for you. You are just a conduit. A conduit. You are not designed to dominate another human being, but dominate situations. Dominate situations. How many of you have phobia for some animals or pests or things like that? Cockroaches? No, don't let us go to let's leave the snakes and the lions. We're not talking about those ones. Flying cockroach. Look, flying cockroach. Spider. Oh, so you run away, is it a spider? Anybody chicken? Yes. I'm chicken. I cannot come. I don't like chicken. I run away from chicken. You run away from chicken. You're supposed to dominate. In fact, I'm going to go and look for a chicken and hold it. Because we are talking to ourselves now, right? A chicken cannot be chasing me. Asao. Right? Asao. I am created to dominate. So when you see that spider the next time, you say, I'm created to dominate you. Yeah, get out of here. It's from those little... Understand your purpose, though. Nothing. Pests, animals. Now, let me quickly balance this because I can somebody going to the zoo and say, open this cage. This lion, who are you before Zerubbabel? Do you know where I'm coming from? Establish her. Do you know what Dr. J told us? We are created. Lion, come here. I dominate you. Nonsense. What's that? I did not send you that. So, you're supposed to dominate situations. And you will see, we will soon start to talk about resistance. All those resistance are not supposed to dominate you. You are supposed to dominate them. You are supposed to be fruitful. Fruitfulness. So anywhere you are seeing lack of fruitfulness, you speak to it. No. I am created to be fruitful. I'm fruitful in my mind. I'm fruitful in my spirit. I'm fruitful in my body. That is my purpose, to be fruitful. You're created to be fruitful. So purpose is who you are. Somebody talked about values earlier on. Really, really profound. Purpose is an intentional expression of your values, your identity, and your assignment. Purpose is an intentional expression of your identity, your values, and your assignment. Your values. What are the things that are important to you? Can I please get moved closer to me? Is that okay? What are the things that are important to you? Thank you very much. Values. I don't know if you understand what values is. You know what, so we're going to just talk about some values. So you tell me your values. So examples of values. Okay, I know, let me just answer the thing that is in the mind of a whole lot of you. What's that on her finger? What happened to her finger? How many of you have thought about that already? Can you imagine? So that's why you'll not be distracted and thinking about my finger. Let's just talk about my finger. Okay. So I had a cut on my finger. I was trying to cook, try to open a can, and I had a cut, and the tendon was affected, so it has to be in a splint to heal. Okay? Are we fine? Thank you. I accept all the whatever. Thank you for everything. Thank you. So now we can focus, right? No more thinking about my finger. Thank you very much. Right, so values, tell me, what are some of your values? Integrity. Integrity, contentment, honesty, orange. Courage, humility. Okay. So you get it. You get the gist. In your book, right? I want you to write your top 7 values and arrange them in order of priority, right? So you can say, somebody can say, my number 1 value in this world. Let's look at integrity. Okay? And then number 2, so arrange them in that order in your notebook. We're going to be doing lots of writing. I did warn you. Your values. These are the things that matter to you. Thank you. The things that really, truly matters to you. What are the things that matter to you? Integrity, contentment, appreciation, family, love, friendship, spirituality. What are those things? List 7 and arrange them in order of priority. Arrange them in order of priority. Okay, who is done? Okay, please share.
Hello, everyone. According to what I wrote here, humility, accountability, honesty, appreciation, hard work. I don't know if this is also a value, peace and happiness.
Of course it's a value.
Thank you.
So, humility, where did you get that from? Why is it your number 1 value?
I think because I really value that humbleness. Just I want somebody that is humble and down to earth.
You want somebody that is humble.
And down to earth.
Okay, so is your value in respect of somebody else or you?
I think in respect of somebody else.
So we need to flip that.
All right.
Your value is you. It's not about anybody else.
Okay.
Right? So, for instance, if I say I value peace, peace is on your list, right? And I get into a relationship, or I get into a room, maybe I'm in school, and I get into a hostel, and there are already 2 ladies there in that room, and they're always bickering, fighting, shouting. I say, we love you. Don't worry, we love you. My value is not going to make me stay there. It's not that I hate them. Do you get? It's just, I value peace. I rather peace, right, guys? It's okay. We'll meet some other time. So your value, which is why I asked you to write, it's not about somebody, it's about you. Why? Because your value helps you in aligning with your purpose. If, for instance, you want to get a job and you go and work, so maybe the down low markets, I don't really know much about Iwere, but let's say you're in Lagos and you go to Oshodi, you want to have a shop there. Now, usually what happens there in Oshodi when people come, right? there's a lot of noise, fighting, bickering, shouting. If peace is one of my value, I can't have a shop at Oshodi. It's not going to work. I'm going to be, oh my God, what's going on here? Right? I'm not going to be able to function. It's about me. It helps me with my choices. The things I allow and the things I disallow. If somebody has time on their list, for instance, like you're a stickler for time, it's one of your values. I don't joke with it. And I meet this girl, I'm like, okay, we're going to be best friends. You can sit down. We're going to be best friends and all of that. And I asked the girl, let's meet at the restaurant at 7 p.m. And my friend strolls into at 7:45. Hey, babe, what's up? You know, already you know how I'm going to be at that point. It's like, why are you frowning your face? It's not just 45 minutes. Calm down, your own is too much. I don't know if you are like that. I'm not saying you have friends like that, because it's not you don't have friends like that. And your friend is upset, but you're wondering, why are you upset? It's not, just come on 45 minutes. There's traffic, traffic. I really feel sorry for traffic needs therapy from me. Honestly, it's been through a lot. The way people lie on traffic, especially if you are living in Lagos, everything is traffic. So sorry for traffic, honestly. And then your friend doesn't understand why you are upset because you are late. You don't understand why she's not taking you seriously because she's late. Do you know the problem? Value. So I cannot continue to be in a relationship with that person. Why? Because we will always fight. So if you have not elicited your values, that's your assignment. Go and check, go online, right? Put examples of personal values. It will bring out so many things and look through them and pick 7. Which ones are the most important to me? It's not about anybody else, it's about me. That I sleep and breathe it, because that would lead you towards your purpose. So, I talked about values, then identity, who you are. We'll still come back to that. Who are you? Your identity. If you don't understand your identity, you will struggle with purpose. You will struggle with purpose. When your identity is not clear, your purpose will become confusing. It will be confusing. So who wants to give it a go? Who are you? Let's give it. There's a lady at the back. Who are you? Introduce yourself to us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rhoda. My values are transparency.
No, we've moved on from there. I'm asking, who are you?
Okay, I am Rhoda. Most times when I go to an event like this, I introduce myself as my brand, Rip Touch, because I feel that my brand is me and I am my brand. I can't separate those two together. So I don't see myself as just a food seller. I see myself as someone that is bigger than that. Someone that goes places that the brand is bigger than Delta State. Praise the Lord.
Okay, Rhoda, put your hands together for Rhoda. Who wants to try? Who else wants to give it a go? Yes, please just give it to anyone that's smiling the best.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Love It. So I'm not just Love It. My name is Love It anyway, but I'm not just Love It. I know that I was created for a purpose, and over time I find out that I've been called into the business world. So I'm a businesswoman, and I'm also an intercessor. So that is my purpose. So with knowing that I've been called into the intercessory ministry and into the business world, it helped me to fulfill my purpose, that is my identity. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Caroline. If you ask me who am I will tell you I'm Kazo, a unique one for that matter. The reason I say Kazo is my brand name, so I bear it because I feel, not I feel, I know that I will produce good things to the community. I know in me, in short, I am, let me use the word, I'm a unique being to women. I am the best the world will ever wish for. My purpose is to make good ways. My purpose is to make people look good out of their wardrobe that they cannot even find good in them. My purpose is to make women look elegant, beautiful, know their kind of nature, know that they are unique, in short, iconic. That is who I am.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Itoan Esther Benjamin Emmanuel, but you can call me Esther. I'm married and I have a daughter. I'm a scriptwriter, a storyteller. I have 2 published novels. God said to me that I should take storytelling as a tool. And I started my production last year called Made by Mercy Movies. Please subscribe. Thank you. And I've written over 50 stories, and I have up to 20 short films on my YouTube channel. The goal, as I earlier said, is to tell Christian stories. One of the things I'm working towards at the moment is excellence. I do not want to tell stories that people cannot relate with. For instance, I do not want to tell the story that someone is a prostitute and then the person is wearing a big dress. I want to be able to tell stories that people will know about God, they will learn morals, and they would enjoy what they are seeing. And for that reason, I started video editing. So far, I am looking for grants, I'm looking for opportunities, and I'm also willing to partner with the women seated here. You know, I remember the last time I stood here and I spoke, I had said that if you are in the business of fashion, you make food, you make clothes, and you want me to talk about your brand in my next production, you can just come to me and then I'll have a way to write the script and we'll work together. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on. Thank you all for those who have introduced themselves. But if I was marking your script, somebody said, you said what? I didn't say that, sorry. They didn't say that. So we're talking about identity. Right? What you are, you've told me what you are. I'm a scriptwriter. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a video editor. That's what you are. You still want to try? Okay, write who you are. Write it down in your notebook. I'll tell you to everybody write it down. I'll just pick anybody random to read theirs out. So now you have a little bit of understanding. Who you are is your identity. Speaks to your your identity. Who you are speaks to your identity. Who are you when you're not trying to impress anybody? Or prove anything, or perform? Who are you? If all this what becomes absent, who are you? If we take away the script writing, the storytelling, we take away all of that, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who wants to read out what they've written? Okay, let me get that lady there. And
hello, everyone. My name is Mercy, and I am a child of God. I am wonderfully and beautifully made. I am a unique being, and I am a mother to great generations.
Wonderful. Wonderfully made. Mother to nations. Anybody else who hasn't spoken? Mima. Okay. Let's give the mic to Mima. She's behind you.
Good morning, everyone, again. It's Debbie. So I wrote here, I am unique. I am one of a kind.
Yeah.
I am rare.
Yeah.
Extremely special. You people should clap for me now.
So we get the gist. Because you see, it's very easy to take your identity from what you do. And it's very dangerous to take your identity from what you do. Because the truth is, anything can happen to what you do. Anything. Let me tell you a quick story. You ready for story time? Story. Story. Okay, I'm ready from here. So let me tell you a story about a woman in pursuit of purpose, you see. One thing, so I was sharing before I tell the story, I was talking about 3 types of purpose. General purpose, subdue the earth, be fruitful. Second purpose, the reason why the female gender was created is to what? To help. So you're sitting down there and asking yourself, who am I helping? What am I contributing? So anywhere I'm going, I must be contributing something to make the life of the people or that person better. So, do you have your popcorns ready for the story? You have chips. Okay, that's. You have water. Good. And you have listening here. Fantastic. So, let me tell you a story about a lady, a young girl, a lady. She grew up. She was the first daughter in her family, right? And she understood what it means to carry responsibilities. How many first daughters are here? Adani. You see, nobody has to tell you to do anything. You just know that you have to do everything. So, you can relate with this girl. She knew how to be dependable, to do the right things, to hold things together, and she built her life, around that. She served, she stayed grounded in her faith, she was a child of God, and she was committed. And she felt, she was looking for purpose. She wanted to fulfill purpose. And purpose to her looked like doing the right thing, honoring God, building a good life, serving God. Now, this lady, After a while, where she was in school, met a pastor who wanted to marry her, asked for her hand in marriage. And he felt aligned, she felt, right, this is purpose. This must be God, right? So it felt like everything she had been preparing for was finally coming together, and she believed she was stepping right into her purpose. So she got married to this man of God. You see? But not long after the marriage began, things started to shift. She actually did see some signs, before she got married, harsh words, subtle emotional strain, but she pushed them aside. After all, he was a man of God, and she was the woman of God. She was the mommy Jeho. She was a mama. And, it has to be right. This is purpose. And then one day, while she was about 7 months pregnant, she had served her pastor husband food, and he wasn't happy with the food, and he threw the plate on the floor and gave her a dirty slap. Why do people say dirty slap? Because I don't know if there's a clean slap. So why do we say dirty slap? A slap is a slap, and is a slap. Okay, well, they'll do it like this. So that one makes it dirt. Okay. He did not wash his hand before he slapped. So he gave her a dirty slap, and that moment, she froze in the moment. That moment began a series, of physical abuse. She had been experiencing all kinds of abuse before then, but she didn't even know what it was at that point in time. So things became worse, but, she was Mommy Jeho, so she prayed. She sought spiritual counsel, and they told her to keep praying and to keep submitting and to stay. So she did. Now, over time, she began to lose herself. Her voice became quieter, her confidence faded, her independence was taken away, and she was prevented from doing anything of her own. Along the line, her world became smaller. She was being controlled heavily, financial, every kind of abuse. But she kept adjusting and just getting on with it. And the more she stayed there, the more she felt worthless. Regardless of what they called her, she just felt worthless. And the truth is, when a person feels worthless, right, they start to lose touch with their purpose. No matter how much, we talked about capacity, you have this inside of you. That is why you need to know who you are. Who you are. So, this lady, she stayed in that marriage for 16 years. Eventually, right, what she was carrying in the marriage began to show in her body physically. So in psychology, there's something we call the mind-body connection. And I'll probably still get to that later on. That what you are experiencing, right, emotionally, will eventually show up in your body. How many of you have probably, maybe after a long day in the evening, you just started having headaches in front of your head like this, and at the back of your head? And paracetamol won't help it until you probably sleep and wake up the next morning. It's called tension headache. Or you're worried about something. You're just really, really worried. I wonder if I'm so worried, after finishing worrying, the headache started worrying you. You didn't do anything. You were just worrying all night, and you woke up with this. I woke up with such a bad headache. What were you doing in the night? Worrying. So there's a mind-body connection. In fact, research has shown that between 75 to 90% of the diseases that we experience in our body is as a result of trapped negative emotions or stress. Right? So, for this lady in this story, what she has been carrying emotionally began to show up physically. Her health declined. She was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and then she had lumps in her shoulder that became cancerous. she had to go through operation to remove the cancerous tumor. At a point, it was no longer something she could manage. And then she sought help. I'm trying to just move quickly because of our time. She sought help and finally met somebody who she was able to confide in. And that person told her that what she was going through was abuse. Up until then, she didn't know that what she was going through was abuse. And the person told her that the covenant of life is superior to the covenant of marriage. So for the first time, she saw clearly. She saw that her life was in danger, and this was not purpose. Me being here is not fulfilling purpose, but it was destruction. So with the support of her family, she made the difficult decision to leave. But after leaving, started another journey. Because now, this was no longer there. Mommy Gio, CEO, mom, all of those things was no longer there. So she felt empty. She felt disconnected from herself. In fact, she felt suicidal at that point in time. While she was in the abuse, she attempted suicide because of the pain. But because she was now out, this was no longer there. There was a lot of question mark. You're nothing. You are nothing. So what's the point? So she was diagnosed as being clinically depressed, and she struggled with her faith. She struggled with life. She struggled with everything. She isolated herself, and life just felt really, really unreal to her. So she came to a point where she had to separate her identity from what happened to her, because now she had to start a journey of healing. And the first thing she had to do is she had to separate her identity from what happened to her. Right? You are not what happened to you. You are not your past. Because in search for this, you can also think that you are what, so we're talking about identity. You can also think that, oh, I am what happened to me. No. That is why we need to, before anything, if all we do here is just eliciting this, it's okay. Because that is a foundation that will take you through life, no matter what happens to you. Who are you? Not what are you? So, she started her journey, a sense of self, a sense of purpose, and she realized that it all wasn't about trying to be perfect or to meet expectations of people. She had to really understand who God created her to be. So she began to find her voice. She started to speak, to share, to guide. And her pain became something she could use. Her story became something she could use to help others. Her life became proof that even when purpose is lost, when purpose feels lost, because purpose cannot be lost, it is not gone. And I know there are some of you listening to me and you're thinking, oh, I don't know, I just came because they asked us to come here. If you know what has happened to me in my life, I'm not really sure anybody's going to listen to me. I'm not sure anybody will have anything to do with me. It might feel lost, but it's not gone. Purpose might be buried under pain, right? But you can rise above it. You can rise above your purpose. And guess what? Do you want to guess? The woman in that story is the one standing in front of you today. So you are not your past. You are not what happened to you. You are not what you failed at. Some of you, they told you in school, you don't even know maths. Look at you. You are so dull. You are not that. Who are you? And nobody can help you get there. You have to get there yourself. You have to invest in your mind. So I've got some books today. I've written 6 books. Yeah. And this was someone that was told continuously, nearly every day, you are dumb, you are stupid, you are foolish, you don't use your brain. I don't have time to tell you about the power of words. But all I know is regardless of where you are coming from, you can rise above that past and you can fully utilize your purpose. Because there is something unique, like somebody said, about you that somebody else cannot do. Only you can do. Somebody talked about design. Now we're talking about purpose. You see, your physical form is part of your design for your purpose. Have you seen those? Oh my goodness. Some people should be arrested on Instagram. Have you seen those pictures of those babies that say, Mommy, where am I? And it says, you're in Nigeria. Oh no, I don't want to be in Nigeria. I'm going back. Like seriously? Your design. Do you know that, how many of you know that God is intentional? Why was I even born in Nigeria, Seth? In fact, I think I was supposed to have been born in the US. In fact, the way I say, yeah, there's one, there's that, I really if you know Serena Williams. You know Serena Williams, we're actually cousins, right? Can't you see the resemblance? Yeah, actually, yeah, I know, it's all right. But, I was supposed to be born in the US. I don't even know why I was born in Nigeria, That's crap. Every tiny detail, God was intentional about your nose. If you think your nose is too long, it's part of the design for your purpose. Everything about you, it is intentional. He is intentional. I said he is intentional. So, this one, and usually we are given a huge, usually the books are about 15K, 12K, but all of the books are 5K. All of the books are 5K each, just to cover the cost of printing, that's all. This one is Street Sense for Good Girls. And actually, the story I just told you, real brief, is more detailed inside this book. Because you see, I sat down and asked myself, so I do one-on-one coaching and therapy for people, and I realized that a lot of my clients are good girls. Done the right thing. Married as a virgin. Didn't. But then, they're here in front of me, crying their eyes out. Life is, why? Why do bad things happen to good people? It's in here. The regret trap. Why did I even want to say yes to that boy? Look at my life. I should have known better. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do it? I should have. And you are looping in that trap. What if? How to overcome the burden of what if and to accelerate to your next dimension. Then from pain to purpose. From pain to purpose. There is a purpose. That pain is a pathway towards. So you see, people approach me and say, we thank God for your life. We thank the Lord for your life. At least you can begin to help women who have gone through the same thing because of what you went through. I say, no, you are wrong. No, you got it wrong. I'm not doing what I'm doing because of what my experience is or was. I'm doing, in fact, my experience is a pathway towards what I was before I was formed in my mother's womb. I was created to do. No, so Joseph did not become a leader because he went to eat to the Potiphar's house. No. He was on his way to the palace. On the way to the palace, he met the pit. On the way to the palace, he met what? Potiphar. On the way to the palace, he was in prison. But all along, he was on the way to the palace. Where are you going to? Where are you going to? Where is your destination? So my destination all along has been to become a soul doctor, to help you with your emotional health. That has been my destination before I was even formed in my mother's womb. So how can I know how you feel if I've not been there? How will I know? If you're talking about depression, how will I know what depression looks like if I've not experienced it? If you're telling to me, I'm tired of life, how will I know what that feels like if I have not experienced it? You're going somewhere. Rise above your past. Don't stay stuck. Your past is not your identity. And this is the latest one, my baby. I can say all of them are my favorites. But this street says, somebody asked me this morning, is this AI? It's not AI, yo. Before, this thing was done way before AI. I actually, what's that thing that people do in movies? Did my hair like that, 2 colored hairs. My sister saw and said, what's going on? Are we safe? Don't worry. It's for a reason. There's a reason. Because you have to have street sense. You're a good girl, and that's fine. Don't stop being a good girl. But excuse me, sis. Be wise as what? Be gentle as, who said it? And then they are empath. There are some of us that inside this WhatsApp group. Everything, you must help people. Everything, you must give everything. You don't even think about yourself. You're just always there, helping, giving, doing. And oftentimes to your own detriment. You excuse bad behavior. It's not really their fault. It's because it's this. No boundaries. Anybody can come into your life and do anything at any time. And you see what I found, right, from the work I do, is that a lot of empaths are attracted to narcissists. Because you understand pain as an empath. You understand the dynamics of pain. So when you see pain, I sit down and I ask about 10 of my clients. I said, this guy, when you saw him and you married him, were you in love with him? And I'm like, love. I know. He needed help. I just wanted to help him. And, and it's true. Because you are attracted to pain. And listen, 1 Corinthians 12 talks about helps. It talks about different gifts. And one of the gifts there is the gift of helps. So it is actually a gift. But if you do not know how to harness it, you will self-sabotage. So, like I said, invest in your mind. Just 5,000 to cover the cost of printing. And these are tools that I can always go back to. They are tools that I can always go back to and reflect. So, let's look at 2 major obstacles to fulfilling purpose. Obstacles to fulfilling purpose. Okay, before we go there, my timing? Can I have an idea of, so that I can know? So if you go to the next slide, examples of purpose. Examples of purpose. So now that we've established that purpose is about your identity, your values, and of course your assignment, is off. At the end of these 2 days, you need to be able to fill in the gap. So let's do a quick quiz. A quick quiz. A quick quiz. Okay, while we are waiting for that. Okay, so you must be able to talk about your purpose in maximum of 2 words. So what's your purpose? Right? So we've said lots of things about purpose is your why you exist. Okay, so fill in the gap. Don't shout it out loud. Do it in your book. Do it in your book. So when you say Jesus Christ, 1 word for his purpose. Abraham, 1 word for his purpose. Joseph, that's Joseph Israel, like you have surname. Joseph of Israel's son. When you say Moses, 1 word for his purpose. When you say Deborah, 1 word for her purpose. John the Baptist, Nelson Mandela, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Chimamanda Adichie. 1 word, 1 word. Don't worry, we'll come back to you later on. 1 word for their purpose. 1 word. You have 30 seconds left. Okay, 60 seconds. 60 seconds. I'm very nice, so you have 60 seconds left. Okay, pens. Who is done? What do you mean nobody? 1 person is done. It's not that deep, just... Okay, time up. Who is confident that they got 9/9? Who is confident? Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Awazi. So for Jesus, I wrote Savior.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Abraham, I wrote Father of Nations or a Man of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Joseph, I wrote a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Moses, I wrote Savior of the Israelites, Deliverer.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Deborah, I wrote a woman king, a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Then for John the Baptist, I wrote Forerunner.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, I wrote. Then for Nelson Mandela, I wrote a freedom fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Okonjo-Iweala, I wrote a finance somebody. Then for Chimamanda, I wrote a feminist.
Okay. Anybody else wants? I'm not telling you the answer yet. Just thank you very much. Anybody else wants? Yes.
My name is Favor. For Jesus Christ, I wrote Save Humanity to Teach Love. For Abraham, I wrote Faithful Obedience, Found Nations. For Joseph, I wrote Forgive and Provide, Protect the Family. For Moses, I wrote Liberate the People. Mm-hmm. For Deborah, I wrote Lead with Courage. Mm-hmm. For John the Baptist, I wrote Prepare the Way, Call for Repentance. Mm-hmm. For Nelson Mandela, I wrote End Oppression. Mm-hmm. For Ngozi Okonjo, I wrote Promote Development. Mm-hmm. For Chimamanda, I wrote Empower Women.
Mm-hmm. For you?
For me,
Okay, add yours to number 10. Everybody, add number 10, yours. Okay, you are the markers, so you are going to mark them. So just make sure you are noting their answers. Who else wants to try? Yes, please. Okay, so we'll take one from there and one from here.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Melody. For Jesus Christ, I wrote a leader. For Abraham, I wrote a leader. For Joseph, I also wrote a leader. In fact, virtually everybody there, I wrote leader because what I saw in all of them is they were all leaders. In one way or the other, they were all leaders. So their purpose was to come and lead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I like that perspective. It's a very, very good one. Okay, one more person from there.
Good day, everyone. So for Jesus, I wrote Messiah. For Abraham, I wrote a pathfinder. For Joseph, I wrote here a ruler. For Moses, a deliverer. For Deborah, a prophetess. For John the Baptist, a forerunner. For Nelson Mandela, I wrote here a pathfinder. For Ngozi Okonji, I wrote a trailblazer. For Chimamanda, I wrote here an author. And for myself, a girl child with a difference.
Okay, let's reveal the answers. Are you ready to mark them? Reveal their answers. Mark yourselves. Who are 10 over 10? You already have one bonus mark anyway. Everybody has a bonus mark because whatever you write for yourself is correct. Innit? So who has 9 over 10? Anybody? You did? Asao? Who has 8 over 10? You had, okay, 8 over 10. Who has 7 over 10? 7 over 10. Okay, 9 over 10. Where's 9 over 10? 9 over 10, stand up. I thought it was a 9 over 10. You changed your mind. Okay, 8 over 10, come. 8 over 10, come. There were 2 8 over 10, right? Okay, come. There are 3 8 over 10. Ha. Yeah, choose one. You had what? You're welcome. She raised her hand. Okay. The gifts are finished anyway. We cannot do 7 over 10. Sorry about that. Don't worry. Don't just be good. You might still win more gifts. Okay. So, but what was the idea behind this exercise? That if you think about when you are, how many people want 120 here? You want 120 years. You want to be 120 years. Okay, 100. Okay. 99. You are not allowed to do less than 99. In fact, you're not allowed to do less than 120. Right? So let's say 100. Right? Because I've decided it's 100. After my 100th birthday, I'll tell them, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, everybody come. great grandma is going, so you take this, you take that, so that nobody will be fighting. Everybody has their own thing. So I'll just say, okay, now bye-bye everybody, and then, 100. So, after you are gone at 100 or 120 or whatever it is you choose, right? What if they were going to write something on your tombstone? What would they write? They cannot write, she was clinical, all your those profile. You probably have 2, 3, 4 words. What are they going to write there? What was she known for? And it's not like Methuselah, that he was born and then he died. Will they say, she was a great economist, a wonderful deliverer, an amazing judge? What will they say? Don't bother about answering right now. This is food for thought. Just think about it. Right? We're talking about purpose. So let's look at the 2 obstacles to fulfilling purpose. Number 1 is your experience. And then number 2 is your environment. So I already talked about the story that we shared just now. Experience. The things that people go through. And for some people, you were not abused as an adult, but you are abused as a child. Man is a tripartite being. As human beings, you are 3 in 1. You are a spirit, you have a soul, you live in a body. 3 John 2 says, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. Now, when you go through any kind of pain or trauma in your journey of life, guess what? It affects your soul. And your soul consists of your will, your mind, and your emotions. And when your soul is wounded, guess what? It affects every other area of your life. I don't have time to go into that. To show you how the wounding in soul will affect, in fact, real quick, let me share this. Trauma, pain, emotional wounding will distort 4 different areas of your life. Number 1, it will distort your perception of yourself. So you see, there was a time I didn't even think that I was beautiful. Can you believe that? Because I felt, there's nothing, look who is this girl, so ugly, like nothing, worthless. Because of trauma. I'm not good enough. Because of trauma. So trauma will distort your perception of yourself. You will not see yourself in any way. You see, some of the books that are brewing in my mind, one of it is the trauma of the Israelites. Because, listen, don't be too quick to judge people because you don't know where they're coming from. You can encourage them because you can't be pitiful and be powerful at the same time. Right? So, your pain is valid, what you experience is valid, but there comes a time when you need to rise up above it. And that's why what I do today is my life helping you come out of that place and moving into purpose. Yes, that happened, but you can't stay there, sweetheart. Come on, let's go. When they went to check the promised land, and they came back and they said, we can't go. And a lot of people are like that. I was like that. We can't go in that land. They are giants. There's this. They were overwhelmed because they've been in a place for so long where they've been servants and slaves, and their mind can't just fathom being free and enjoying the milk and the honey. Their mind couldn't fathom it. And they came back and I said, no, that land, we can't do it. Because in our sight, we are like grasshoppers. And so we are in their sight. Their perception of themselves. Number 2, it will distort your perception of the world. You begin to think that this world is a wicked place, you cannot trust anybody in this world. I ever said, don't trust this world. This world is wicked. I tell you. Trauma. This trauma that's talking is not the person. Because do we all agree that the world is wicked? The world is wicked. So somebody says the world is wicked. Do you believe that the world is wicked? Pretty girl, you don't. Both of them are correct. But guess what? For somebody, it is their experience of the world. Trauma. Trauma will distort your perception of other people. So you've been wounded by a man, for instance. You can begin to say, oh, men are Asao now. Don't worry, you can see that I have Gen Z children, so their lingua is in my mouth. By the time you carry that perception, number one, someone that's experienced, let me say the married people here. You're married. Okay, who married their only boyfriend? I know there will be now. You married your only boyfriend. Tell us about him. Oh, she's blushing. She's all red. Oh, look at the. Tell us quickly about him. How long have you been married?
10 years now.
10 years. And you are still blushing like this. You better go and collect something from her. And she's blushing. I thought she was going to say 2 months or so, something like that. Oh. She doesn't even need to talk. We can see. So you see, what's your name, sweetheart?
Okay, Osato.
Osato. If you are telling Osato all men has come, she's like, are you speaking Chinese? Are you speaking Greek? Sorry, what language is that? French. I don't even understand. You can sit down, sweetheart. So you see what trauma can do to you? It distorts your perception of other people. People from this part of the world. They're like this, so hey, don't. There are bad people in the world, but there are also good people in the world. There are bad women in the world, because it's not only men. I've met some women who are, Lord Jesus. There are bad women in the world, there are good women. There are bad men, there are good men. Number 4, trauma will distort your perception of God. You begin to wonder, well, if God really loves me, why is my life like this? If God was good, why is my life? I preached a message some time ago about the goodness of God was the title. And I said, a lot of us have a head knowledge, because we even sing it in song. God is good, He has done me well, oh my soul. You know, you sing it, you say it. In fact, they are, hey, hello sister, praise God. God is good. How are you doing? Someone is asking you, how are you? You are saying God is good. Is that the reply? I don't even want to go into that. But we say it. But do you believe it? That's the truth. Do you actually inside, do you have the rema? Because see, what you don't believe, you cannot experience. Somebody is coming out every time and sharing testimonies and like, but then God is good to everybody now. What's up? The person believes it. Do you actually? But you see, trauma and pain will distort your perception of God. Let's move on quickly because of time. So experience refers to your past events, especially painful and traumatic ones, right? And shape how you see yourself, others, the world, and even God. Now, your experience will distort this. Your experience will distort your identity. That is why you have to separate your identity from what happened to you. So I often say to people, never personalize anything that is negative. Don't do it. So you have persistent headaches. Say, how are you? Is this my headache? Oh, yeah, I started again. Hello, hi, how are you? What? I don't understand. Your headache. Where did you find it from? Who gave it to you? Is this? No, never personalize anything negative. And I'm not saying, because see, when we started to look at the strategies now, right, one of them is recognize. I don't want to go ahead on myself. It's important to acknowledge that this thing is there, but doesn't belong to me. It's there, but it's not my own. Right? So, experience, especially negative experience, right, can nomenclate you. So you see, it's one thing for you to nomenclate yourself. It's almost another thing for other people to nomenclate you by that experience. The woman with the issue of blood, blind Bartimaeus, the prodigal son, the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman. Is she still the woman with the issue of blood? Even over 2,000 years ago, we still we also talk about it, we call her the woman with the issue of blood. Why? Her issue became her identity. And it's your responsibility to detach yourself from that negative identity. No, I'm not that. I don't know what you're talking about. If any man is in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things have gone. You cannot put new wine into old wine skins. You want to step into purpose? You have to recreate your identity. You have to leave behind the past, those experiences, and say, that is not me. And what? Recreate a new identity. So I did something, maybe all of these things didn't work. If this is me, you see, let me go a step further. Let me go a bit deeper. I used to be one of those women that would post my children's picture on social media and say, oh, my world, my all, my everything. How many of you are like me in the WhatsApp group? Your children, now that you carried in your womb for 9 months. Remember, your own children. You carried for you backed. I didn't know you're everything. I didn't know your world. You're so special. You know, honestly speaking. My all, my everything. But I went through a phase in my life where I had to live without my children for up to 8 years. And my world, my everything. That means I'm nothing now. That means what's the point? There's no me again. If my children are my world and my everything, when they are not with me, then that means I am nothing. Who are you? What are you? You are a mother. What are you? You are a wife. But that's not who are you, darlings. That's not who you are. Who are you? Who really are you? That's the foundation of purpose. Who you are. You see, negative experience will tell you that you are not good enough. Maybe you were rejected. Somebody said they were going to marry you and then they married somebody else and you felt rejected. It's valid. I'll tell people that, see, your feelings are valid. Your emotions are valid. The caveat is, don't allow your emotions to control your actions. All right? So you feel rejected. So let's move on. Let's look at internal resistance. Internal resistance. So, internal resistance are usually because of negative experiences. Right? So you've gone through that negative experience in your past. Somebody betrayed you. Somebody let you down. Somebody abused you as a child. You were not shown the love that you expected to have. You did a business, it didn't work out. You know, internal resistance then can crop up, and it crops up in low self-esteem. You don't feel you're good. Identity confusion, you don't even know who you are. Then you start to try to be somebody else. You look at somebody online and say, okay, I like the way their hair is, I will do my hair like that. I like the way they walk, I think I'll walk like that. I like the way they talk, I think I'll talk like that. I want to be this person. The best you can be in somebody else is a photocopy. That's the best you can be, a copy. Because you are original. Negative self-talk. Isn't me? Who is this people like somebody like me they are looking for there? Who dash monkey banana? Excuse me, you are not a monkey. Where did that come from? Did you evolve? Well, except you believe that you evolved, as an ape and a chimpanzee, and then you became. But for those of us who believe that we are created by the CEO of the whole wide world, never ever say that to yourself again. Self-doubt. I don't think I can achieve this. I don't think so. Fear of failure. What if I fail? What if you succeed? What if you succeed? Overthinking, analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis. Comparison. This is very prevalent among the female gender. Look at her, what she's doing. She's doing that business. She's doing this. Me too, I can. Is it not business? I can also do it. Is it not fashion design? I can do it. She's a script writer. Me too, I can do it. What are they doing? Let me find out what they are all doing. I can do it too. Is that your purpose? Comparison. Imposter syndrome. Always thinking that you are not good enough. You can't do it. You can't do it. And then limiting beliefs. These are all internal resistance. Okay, I wanted us to do an assessment, but I'm not sure we have time to do that now. So I'll skip that to see how aligned you are internally. So if you move to the next for me, please. So let's look at examples of people who faced struggles. No, so we just keep going. Keep going. Okay. So examples of individuals who faced internal struggles from the Bible. So we have Jeremiah. When God told him, in fact, when God told him that he had appointed him to be a prophet to the nation, still he felt inadequate. He felt too young, like Timothy. He felt inadequate. So that dream that is in your heart and you're feeling, I don't know. I'm not sure I can do it. See, there is nobody, if your dreams and your purpose, you are comfortable with it, then it's not yet your purpose, it's not yet a dream. Your dream must scare you. Your purpose must be like, It's okay to but then with your in, do what? Move forward. Because you're not the one that is sending you on that errand. There's someone that sent you on that errand. And he has put everything you need on your inside. Right? And then we have Gideon. Oh my goodness, he felt, no, God, I can't do this. He felt low. He felt fear. Then we have Esther. She felt rejection and inadequacy. Then we have Jonah. He felt resistance, reluctance, and inner conflict about his. In fact, he ran away. I can sense some of us are running away from our core purpose. Your purpose, though, not your job. Because some of us are just still, when you are parading around, this is the purpose, right? You know this is your purpose. Well, you come and look at it. Wow. Okay, let me just be here. So you know that that's the purpose, but you're like, it's okay, let me just be here. But you know something about purpose? One of the scriptures that I shared in Isaiah earlier on, God says, my purpose will stand. Do you know what that means? That is scary. If God created this phone to be a phone, and you are not using it as a phone, He says his original purpose will stand. That means whatever else you try to use it for, it will not work. And for some people that you're experiencing frustration in your life, it's because you are not aligned with purpose. When you are not truly aligned with purpose, you will constantly be frustrated. And no prayer can remove it. My purpose will stand. What he has made up his mind that you should do, that's what will happen. So it's either you do it or you are frustrated. I know that's deep. Establish her purpose. Establish her purpose. Elijah felt exhausted, overwhelmed, and hopeless. Let's move on to external resistance. So external resistance, so those are internal resistance, the things that happen based on your experiences, how you feel about yourself, how you talk to yourself, right? But then there are also external resistance. Remember I talked about obstacles, 2 major obstacles, experiences and environment. So number 2, environment, we have societal expectations. What they expect of me, I'm a woman. I'm not really supposed to be doing that. I can't be the CEO of that company. Let me just stay here as the line manager because women don't really achieve that much. Says who? I haven't, as when I say, you're not supposed to do this. I said, who are the day? Go. Like, who are the people that came together and made this rule that I'm living my life by? No. Family pressure or lack of support can also be an external resistance in fulfilling purpose. No, you can't do that. You need to sit down at home and do this. You are supposed to be a housewife. We don't do that here. Well, I'm different. I have a purpose. And you see the thing about your purpose is powerful. You won't be able to sleep. God gave me a vision to launch about a few weeks ago. And I was like, okay. I've even spoken to people. I said, okay, I will do it. I couldn't sleep. So I said, okay, sir, let's go and do it. It's like pregnancy. Can you hide pregnancy? You say, okay, no, it's only 3 months. Nobody will sit. I'll buy big clothes. It's a lie. By the time it will show. And it will make you uncomfortable. This pregnancy, in fact, I don't want to give birth, though. Let me just be going about like this. No, who has time to be pushing and everything? Let me just carry this. You know how miserable your life will be if you refuse to push when it's time to push. I don't even want to go there. I don't have time. Gender bias or discrimination. See, you are the one that nobody can disrespect you without your permission. So I know they've told us a lot of narratives. Women shouldn't do this. Women shouldn't go there. Women shouldn't be here. Says who? Are you accepting those narratives? You tell yourself, no. I am a child of God. I am wonderfully made. That is why your who is important. Because that is what you use to fight all those narratives. And those narratives have been ingrained into your subconscious. You don't even need to do anything. The fact that you are born in a place like this, in this country, in Africa, that's enough for you to be submerged in those negative narratives. Boys, don't cry. I know this is not a men's meeting, but I can see a few men here. Let me help you guys. Real men, don't cry, oh. And those of you who have little boys, please let your boys cry. Let them what? Because we are all emotional beings. We have emotions. And that is why the boys then grow up to be men and they become emotionless. And that is dangerous. Very, very what? Dangerous. For you not to be in tune with your emotions. It's okay. Should I take you to the Bible? Jesus Christ wept. He had emotions. He expressed his emotions. Feel your emotions. Just don't allow your emotions to control your actions. Let's move on. Financial constraints, lack of access or opportunity, negative or toxic environment, criticism, rejection, misunderstanding, unsupportive relationships, systematic barriers, which you have what it takes, right, to overcome all of those resistance. So real quick, I will share these 3 things and then we'll go to the questions and answers. So how do I overcome resistance? Next slide, thank you. How do I overcome resistance? You recognize it, you reframe it, and then you respond. The 3 R's. Recognize, reframe, and respond. And this is what you alone can do for you. All I can do is give you the tools. Right? It's like somebody having a toolbox that has the hammer, the nails. I can just give it to you, but I cannot actually use it for you. So all I'm doing is giving you the toolbox. Recognize. You need to build self-awareness. You need to understand how to regulate your emotions. You need to identify what you can and cannot control. Recognize. Ask yourself, what is really going on? What actually is going on? Why am I stalling on purpose? Where am I when it comes to my purpose? Why am I feeling this resistance? Because if you don't know whether it's from your environment or your experience, you can't even deal with it. Where is it coming from? Where is this experience, this resistance coming from? So number one, ask yourself. So you can write these questions down. We would probably pick it up from there tomorrow. Under recognize, ask yourself, number one, what am I feeling? What am I feeling? You can go and check the internal resistance and see if there's anything there you're feeling. What am I feeling? And then ask yourself, where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? This feeling that I'm feeling. Where is it coming from? Is it my childhood? Is it a relationship I had in my past? Is it a business failure? Is it school? Where is this resistance? Where is it coming from? Where exactly is it coming from? Right? What are my fears? What am I afraid of? If I take this step, what exactly am I afraid of? What am I afraid of? See, when you are aware, the awareness brings clarity. And you cannot shift what you refuse to see. You cannot shift what you refuse to acknowledge. You can't change it. Right? If your house is dirty, there's rubbish everywhere, and you keep walking around as if you put your head up like this. Well, I'm not seeing anything, I'm fine. The fact that you're not seeing it, is it there? It's there. If you want to clean house, you need to what? Look down and then see what is happening and then clean it. So what is it? What is going on? And then number two, you need to reframe. You need to reframe. Once you recognize you decide that this is what is happening. So for instance, going back to the story I shared, okay, maybe I can't step into this soul doctor thing and be talking to people, because of my experience, I feel worthless, I feel unlovable, I feel nobody will listen to me, I feel maybe I'm not wise enough, right? And I know that all of those resistance, I feel low self-esteem, all of those resistance are coming from my experience. Negative experience. Now, I need to start reframing it and asking myself, are they true? Is it true that I'm not wise? Is it really true that nobody will listen to me? Is it really true that I don't have any value? Let's look for, you see, when you go to court, how many lawyers are here? Lawyers. Okay. So, okay, awesome. So you help me. When we get to court and you tell, my Lord, I bring this, what do you call the people?
Either witness or...
No witness, the accused.
Accused or prosecuted. Or prosecuted.
Prosecuted.
Yes.
Okay, prosecuted. So you bring the prosecuted and you tell me, Lord, that this is what this person has done. You tell all this is a thief. He stole the money. He did this one. We know he did it. What is the next thing that my Lord will ask you?
Present your evidence.
Evidence or?
Exhibit.
Now, if you say to me, Lord, actually, I don't have any witness, and I don't have any evidence, but I know, I feel it. In fact, something is telling me that he is the thief. Please, what would my Lord do?
It is rightly said that evidence is the law, and nemo judas in caspa. Without evidence, there is no verdict.
So what will happen?
The case will be closed.
Case dismissed. Some of you need to take those internal resistance to court. All of those internal and external, take them to court. And so, oh yes, society, I don't want to sit down, societal expectation. And they said a woman cannot achieve this. Oh yeah, show me the witnesses. The evidence. Nobody will listen to you. Look at you. You are too short. You are too tall. You are too, okay, I've heard you. Evidence. Evidence, don't sing. So reframing, right? No evidence then starts to strengthen your identity. I'm a child of God. I am wise. I have been fearfully and wonderfully made. It made me to what? To dominate. I will dominate this situation. I'm dominating this environment. I'm dominating law. I'm dominating business. I'm dominating fashion. I'm dominating movie. I have what it takes inside of me. I have the Spirit of the Holy One inside of me. Start to what? Strengthen your identity. I've been called to move women into a place of health emotionally. Nothing and no one can stop me. Because I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Have you ever met somebody and you were having a say, do you know who I am? A lot of them, they don't know who they are. Exactly. If you ask them, who are you? Let's go quickly because of time. So, ask yourself, again, those questions to recognize, then ask yourself, what are my fears, right? What are my fears? What is the truth about this? And what is the fact? What is the truth? And what am I choosing to believe? Okay? Let's us move on. You cannot step into a new level with an old mindset. You need to change that mindset. The power of beliefs. I don't have time to go into the power of beliefs. Somebody wise once said that whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you are correct. I wish I had time to take your brain, right, into the surgical ward and help you reframe, remove all those negative beliefs. Negative beliefs. Because listen, the quality of your life is directly proportionate to the quality of your beliefs. Oh my goodness. For you to rise and step into purpose, you have to change your beliefs. You have to change your beliefs. Number 3 is respond. Once you've reframed, now you need to respond. You need to start taking steps, actions. Purpose is not just something that we'll talk about. It's taking actions. And we're going to look more into that tomorrow. So start setting healthy boundaries, build the right support, develop competence and capacity. So write down these questions. What will I begin to do differently? What will I go to the next slide, please? Okay. Sorry? Oh, you're still writing. Okay, please. Sorry, they are rushing me, so I'm rushing you. Okay, are we done writing? So, internal resistance can look like rage, irritation. Just take a picture of it. Frustration, emptiness, inadequacy, and all of those things. Internal resistance. And then the next, okay. Wait, let them take the picture. So, these are some tools to help you deal with both internal and external resistance. If you're not sure who you are, I'd like to introduce you to you. You are enough. You are lovely. You are worthy. You are confident. You are bold. Guess what? You are beautiful. You are intelligent. You are intelligent. You are happy. You are joyful. You are wise. You are healthy. You are wealthy. So the next time somebody asks you, who are you? Come on, shout it out. Awesome. Let me quickly tell you about affirmation. I'll go and I'll round up now. You see, the foundation, I've been saying this since, that the foundation of everything we are building. Before we unleash her, before we upscale her, before we sustain her, we need to establish her purpose. Now, the foundation of this is who? Your identity, who you are. And it's okay for life to have happened, for things to have happened. In fact, anyone that has not been through all of these things, you might be in the wrong place. Right? But we are not going to allow what happened to us to affect who we are and us fulfilling our purpose. Now, you know what affirmation is? Affirmation helps you rebuild your who. It helps you rebuild your who. And the truth is, if I had time and I go around and I ask you, do you believe these things? You probably say, not really, right? Well, it sounds nice, but it's okay. I don't need you to believe it. I don't need you to believe it. What I just need you to do is to what? Keep saying it to yourself. Words are powerful. Words shape. The same way negative words pulled you down is the same way positive words will build you up. So you wake up every day, you tell yourself, I am enough. That resistance, that thought comes, but you can't do this. What if you feel, I am wise, I am courageous, I am bold, I am confident, I am healthy. Because you see, that voice can also come in your health and tell you that you are struggling with this thing. Nope. I am healthy. Himself took my infirmities. I am whole. I am beautiful. I am courageous. Now, please take a screenshot of this. Thank you so much. Just take a next slide, please. Next slide. What are you going to stop doing? That's your assignment. And I'm not giving you so many assignments. I'm a coach, so I give assignments. What are you going to start doing based on everything we talked about today? What are you going to do less of? And what are you going to do more of? Please note that I will ask you for your assignments tomorrow. Thank you very much.